Delhi has a yellow alert in place to contain the spread of Omicron. Akshita standing by to explain the curbs that have been imposed. Over to you.
With the Delhi Chief Minister sounding a yellow alert now in the national capital, what are the curbs that are back in place in Delhi? Well, there's a night curfew that is in effect right now from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. every day. Beyond that, also the other measures that have been taken is that schools, colleges, cinemas, gyms, all of that will be shut now. Beyond that, private offices are allowed to function, but with 50% staff to ensure that social distancing is maintained in these offices. Non-essential shops will open on an odd-even basis, particularly in malls. They'll be allowed to open one day and then close the next. Restaurants will be allowed to open from 8 a.m. all the way to 10 p.m. So their timings don't change, but with 50% capacity, again to ensure social distancing. Bars also are allowed to function. The timing for them is 12 noon to 10 p.m. They have to adhere to that timing with 50% capacity. Again, 100% seating will not be allowed. Metros, trains, buses, public transport will essentially run, but again, with 50% seating capacity to ensure social distancing. As far as marriages and funerals are concerned, goes back to square one. Only 20 attendees will be allowed in marriages and funerals. All political gatherings are banned. All cultural, religious gatherings at this point will not be allowed till there's a relook at the current norms and curbs that are put in place by the government.
After 212 days, the financial capital, Mumbai, has reported more than 1,000 new coronavirus cases. The Omicron count is 167 in Maharashtra. 72 people beat the infection. City has reported 1,377 new cases. One death on Tuesday. 70% jump in the tally on Monday is being reported. With this surge, active cases in city have soared past 7,000. Maharashtra's tally has seen an uptick owing to surge in Mumbai. State has reported 2,172 new cases. Maharashtra has over 14,000 active cases of COVID now. Saurav Akhtania is now joining us. Saurav, this is a matter of huge concern in Maharashtra with rising number of COVID cases. Also, Maharashtra perhaps is testing more, and there could be many, many more across the country because the numbers seem to be rising across the length and breadth of the nation. Saurav.
Well, absolutely. Testing is high, but cases are continuously increasing, and there is a sudden rise. Basically, if I tell you, in last 1 week, from 500 to 600 cases, from 700 to 800 cases, and yesterday we saw huge rises. That is around over 1,300 cases in a single day, which Mumbai has never seen in a very long period of time. The most important thing is the public places, the crowded area. The major concern for the officials right now is that people are not wearing masks. This is the most important concern. Right, my camera person Vijay, to show you the visuals over here. Most of the people, if you see, are not wearing masks properly. They are without masks. And this is the major concern right now. The health minister just now had taken a press conference. What he has said is, maximum of the crowd, that is around 1 crore people in whole of Maharashtra, have not taken the first dose, and this is a huge concern. The second dose, let me tell you, Chaiti, for the second dose, only 54% have taken their second dose. So if you imagine that the vaccination is pretty much less, and the officials are right now very much concerned that people are not taking vaccination. For the vaccination for children from age group 15 to 18, what the health minister have said, that if given a permission, they will go to school as well and vaccinate the children, which will be very helpful for them. Right now also, behind visuals you saw, Chaiti, most of the people are not wearing their mask, and in fact many of them are not even carrying masks with them. So this is a major concern, and what the health minister right now is telling us, that if needed and if the cases continues to rise, they are going to enforce strict lockdown measure in the coming days. The review meeting is already on. He's also saying that a meeting between the task force and the Maharashtra CM Uddhav Thackeray will also be taking place in a couple of days. So they are continuously monitoring the situation. They are saying if the cases continues to rise in such manner, then more stricter curbs will be imposed. Right now, no lockdown, but yes, the situation will be monitored, and in couple of days to 3 days from now, some more decision and curbs will be taken.
All right, leave it at that. Thanks for joining us with the very latest details right there. Amidst the rising Omicron numbers, Hyderabad has forgotten to enforce COVID restrictions. Telangana government has actually extended the liquor timings for New Year Eve evening, while other states are imposing night curfew and sweeping curbs. Telangana has on Tuesday granted permission to sell and serve liquor by bars, events and at in-house events till 1 a.m. on New Year. Retail shops selling liquor to stay open till 12 a.m. Government has however, asked people to follow SOPs of COVID-19.
The decision taken by the Telangana government to function all restaurants, bars, pubs as usual on the day of New Year celebrations. We demand Telangana government to withdraw the decisions and impose restrictions on New Year celebrations. How a democratically elected government can think of its revenue at the cost of its own public?
Omicron cases across India continue to surge. Tally is at 781. Maharashtra is 167 cases. West Bengal 11. Let's take a look at ground reports coming in.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise in West Bengal, and as of December 28, the number of COVID-19 cases stands at 752, while a day earlier than that, it was at close to 430 cases. Despite the fact that the cases are rising, the West Bengal government has chosen to lift the night curfew that was there in terms of the restrictions. But it could be that after the 1st of Jan, the restrictions would again be in place, considering the fact that the cases are on the rise. The restrictions were lifted, keeping in mind the Christmas and New Year season, but because cases are rising, the West Bengal government is keeping an eye on the situation across the state. With camera person Kiranjit Das, Prema Rajam in Kolkata for India Today.
COVID-19 cases in the state of Tamil Nadu are seeing a rise. On December 28, 619 COVID-19 cases were reported and 11 new cases of Omicron were also confirmed. Now the state tally as far as Omicron is concerned is around 45, of which 2 cases have been cross-verified to Puducherry and Kerala. With New Year around the corner, we're seeing that new restrictions have been put into place by the Chennai police. We're being told that in the beach there will not be any kind of New Year celebration that will be allowed. We're being told that on the day of New Year and the New Year Eve, a lot of restrictions will be put into place. No public gathering will be allowed. Even residential associations have been instructed not to have any kind of gathering in their apartments or societies. We're already seeing at the Besanagar beach, where we're currently at, barricades have been brought in here. Even here, people will not be allowed to celebrate New Year from 9 p.m. onwards. With COVID-19 numbers increasing, these are the measures that people should be using and ensuring they follow to prevent the spread of the pandemic. With camera person Daniel from Chennai, this is Akshana for India Today.
We can see a lot of lapses and irresponsible behavior that can be seen. You can see how people still on the road, not maintaining social distancing, not wearing masks also. And this is extremely dangerous, because the third wave of COVID has begun in the state. However, till now, no cases of Omicron has been found in Bihar, but the sudden spurt in COVID cases is extremely serious, and people who are on the roads, who are on the streets, they need to understand that this is extremely dangerous, and this kind of irresponsible behavior will only lead to some sort of a corona explosion in Bihar, and the cases could rise in days to come if the people do not behave responsibly and follow the COVID protocols. With camera person Nadeem Alam, this is Rohit Singh in Patna for India Today.